got a message from the customer saying, "Hello, I have a MSI GF65 laptop that won't charge. I bought another charger for it and it still won't charge. How much would you charge to repair or take a look at it?" And I told the customer, the cost for the repair is $80 plus the cost of the part if you have to replace any part. The problem could be the DC port or the motherboard. I didn't say that the problem is gonna be also on the charger because the customer brought another charger and the computer or the laptop still won't work. So it's highly unlikely that the problem is on the charger. So the problem could be the DC port or the motherboard on the laptop. And the customer brought the laptop here and also with the charger. I asked the customer to bring the charger just in case and just to double check that the charger is fine and there's nothing wrong with the charger. So here's the laptop and here's the charger that the customer brought. First, let's test the charger. I have my multimeter right here. All right, let's plug the charger in. Put the negative on the negative side of the charger and the positive on the positive side of the charger. And as you can see, there you go, 19 volts. So the charger is fine. There is no problem with the charger. And now we know that the problem is the laptop. And the problem could be the DC port on the laptop or the motherboard itself. So let's open up the laptop and try to fix it. Here's the laptop and let's disconnect the battery. Alright, so I'm gonna test the DC port right here just to make sure that the DC port is not shorted and also measure the resistance between the positive and the negative sides of the DC port. Alright, so the DC port is not shorted. It looks good. And now I'm gonna measure the resistance between the positive side and the negative sides of this DC port area. It is reading 0.4 mega ohms. Let's try this one right here. Also 0.4 mega ohms. And this one right here, 0.4 mega ohms. So the DC port area is not shorted. Now let's plug in the adapter and see if the adapter sending any power to the motherboard. Alright, gonna put the positive side right here and negative side, nothing. I'll put this one here. Nothing. And how about the other side here? Nothing. Let's double check the power adapter. Yep, 19 volts on the adapter, but nothing goes through the motherboard. Now we know that the problem is on this DC port right here. Alright, so let's take apart the laptop and replace this DC port. The motherboard is out from the laptop. And now let's replace this charging port. Let's put some flux right here. So the old DC port is removed and all the pads are prepped. Now let's install the new DC port. There you go. Let's clean up a little bit. Alright, so the new DC port is installed, and before I put this motherboard back to the laptop, I'm gonna test the DC port. Just wanna make sure that there's no shortage on this new DC port. The negative are good, negative is good. Now on the positives one. No shortage so far, and let's measure the resistance. .4 mega ohms. .4 mega ohms. Alright, everything looks good. Now let's install this motherboard back to the laptop. The new DC port is installed. That's the old one right there. And before I connect the battery and then put everything back together, let's connect the power adapter and test the laptop just to make sure that the laptop will turn on. The power adapter is connected, and let's turn on the laptop. There you go. MSI logo. Look, the cat's stealing my food. Anyway, there you go. The Windows is loaded. The computer is turned on. I'm gonna shut this down, connect the battery, put everything back together, and the computer should be good. As you can see, the battery is charging, the laptop is fixed and ready for the customer to pick up.